Hey guys, it's Drone Excursion with another diversion, and this is my review of one of the coolest drones I've seen hit the market in a long time, the Skydio 2.
Need a diversion, take a drone excursion.
Okay guys, so here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and launch this Skydio 2 right here in my front yard and cruise around my neighborhood, which by the way is basically a forest. We have a bunch of eucalyptus trees all over the place, cars all over the place, and the whole idea behind this drone is that it has basically the best obstacle avoidance you can get on a drone right now. So if you enjoy flying like I do, that's one side of drones, right? Like enjoying flying, the actual physical part of flying and getting footage that way. But sometimes, you know, you just want to have the drone do all the flying and get some really neat footage of yourself or maybe with your family. So that's basically what this is. I don't have to fly it at all. It's gonna track me and it's not gonna hit a thing. So that's what is really, really unique about this drone. There's really nothing to worry about. You just fly it and away you go, and the footage you get is great. So I'm gonna go ahead with the push of a button, start the drone, and we're gonna go ahead for a bike ride through the neighborhood. All right, here we go. So all we gotta do is push this button here, hold it, and it should, there it goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn around. As you can see, it just took off, and I'm gonna go ahead and start flying around the neighborhood. But first I'm gonna pick a mode on here, what I want it to do. Let's have it, I'm gonna have it go ahead and orbit me. So if it can, it's gonna orbit me as I'm cruising around. And if it can't, it's just gonna, you know, stay on me. But it basically decides that on its own. All right, so let me get in front of it so it knows what it's tracking. Okay, I'm right in front of it now. And I'm gonna go ahead and choose this orbit mode. All right, here we go. Now it's orbiting already. And it's, I'm not doing anything and it's going around me. I'm gonna slow down the orbit as much as I can and decrease the radius of how big the orbit is. And this thing's already going around me. By the way, it's already recording. I didn't hit record or nothing. All right, so you know what? Let me, there, let me make the orbit slower. That's better. Okay, there we go. All right, let's cruise around the neighborhood. Let's do this. So cool. I'm not flying it. It's just doing its thing, and here we go. So let's cruise around the neighborhood. I'm not even looking at the drone. I'm pretty confident that it's not going to crash. I can hear that it's right behind me at the second. But we got some kids around here. We've got cars and houses and trees all around, and this thing is just cruising perfectly. My camera's falling. Oh, here we go. There, I fixed my camera. All right, we got some people over here. Let's see if we can freak some people out with this drone.
Is it following you?
Yeah. They're like, is it following you? Yeah. So this is definitely a conversation piece right here. This drone is amazing. So I'm coming up on some trees here, and like nothing, man, this thing avoids everything perfectly. I'm assuming the footage looks okay. But this drone, by the way, this drone, I don't know too much about it. I just got it, but I know that it flies for about 20 minutes. What else do I know about this drone? It'll shoot in 4K if you want. It'll do 120 frames a second. I don't believe that's in 4K. but in HD still, it'll do 120 frames a second. Let's see what else. If you want to, you can get like a standard controller for it and fly it, you know, more like a Mavic, and, you know, fly it out a couple miles or whatever, you know, that kind of thing. That's more of like a standard kind of a drone that you can, you know, take pictures and, you know, line things up and do that kind of a thing, which is great. That's a great option. But I didn't even get the control. I didn't even want the controller. I wanted to do exactly what it's doing right now. So if you wanted to just follow you, the best option is to get what they call the beacon. And that's what this is. It's called the beacon. So you sync this up with your phone, and not only is it tracking me, but the beacon has GPS in it. So even if somehow it lost me, it's gonna totally stay on me because it knows where the GPS is. If it got stuck behind a tree or something, eventually it's gonna get out, and it's gonna come back to where I am, and it's gonna pick me up again. So that is amazing. So yeah, I just hold the beacon, and in the beacon you can control what kind of flight modes it's doing. If you want it to orbit you, if you want it to stay right in front of you, right behind you, different angles, you know, how far away you want it to be as it's tracking you and all that kind of stuff. And that's basically all I want this thing to do. I mean, that's amazing in itself. I've already got a Mavic 2 Pro if I want to do more standard drone flying, and I've got way more freestyle drones than I know what to do with. So if I want to fly that way, I'm good there. So this is a unique thing, and this is amazing to me. I can't wait to use this with my family, going on bike rides, going on hikes, going on the boat, whatever it is, and let this thing do what it does. And I don't even have to think about it. I think I just avoided that tree behind me. That's so cool. Well, let's just cruise. Hey, by the way, I want to take this opportunity to remind you guys, I have active drone giveaway contest on the channel. So go back to my last video. If you're not already in on the contest, go to my last video. It's the one where I talk about how I finally hit 500 subscribers. And all you have to do is be subscribed on the channel and go ahead and put a comment in that video, okay? If you put a comment in that video, tell me something cool, tell me something unique, try to stand out. And what I'm gonna do is pick my favorite comment from that video, and I'm gonna send the drone that I'm talking about in that video to you. So yeah, best of luck. Get on the contest if you haven't already. All right, so here we are. I'm going back past my house. By the way, where are we at on battery? Right now we're at, I think it says 50 or 67% left still, which is great. Again, this thing will fly for about 20 minutes, which I think is ample time. Not looking to set any records or anything with this. But you know, it's been basically behind me the whole time. I'm gonna change to a different flight mode maybe. Or maybe turn up the, oh no, that's coming around me. It's coming around to the front. I gotta turn up, maybe make it orbit a little faster. That way it can come around. There we go. Now it's orbiting at, it says 2 milliseconds. I don't know what that exactly means, but it's the next increment up. See if I can freak anybody out over here. Let's go this way. How's it going? Good? So many people freak out about drones. Well, I think this thing's gonna actually settle some nerves when people see that it just does its own thing and I'm not flying it. You know, they're not trusting me to not crash. So maybe that's a good thing. I'm going down this hill a little fast, which means now I gotta go up the hill a little slow. Excuse me. Got that COVID cough. Just kidding. I cough all the time. I do. I don't know why. Sometimes I just get nervous when I cough. Sometimes I just get excited and I cough. All right, and now I'm gonna exert some energy and I'm gonna cough. Getting up this hill. All right, let's put it down in first gear. All right, we still got 56% left on the battery. How's this footage look? Hi, Mom. I'll have to send this link to my mom. So how you guys doing? Subscribe, comment on the video, tell me how your day went. Good times. Howdy, neighbors! So yeah, people aren't freaking out too bad. I'm tempted to go out on the main street and go over to the school, but I think I'll forego that until I really trust this thing. But I have to say, so far I completely trust it. I've had, I think, 3 or 4 flights with it. It has once to hit anything. I've purposely tried to ditch it and I couldn't. I purposely tried to make it crash and I couldn't. This thing's amazing. So at the end of this video, I'll go ahead and give you some more info about the drone and give you a link as to where you can get it. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that. I don't even think Skydio does affiliates. I don't think they have an affiliate program, so don't worry about trying to support me or anything like that. It's just, I'm trying to get the word out on this drone. I really think that anyone that wants to get this kind of footage is going to be super happy they got it. So by the way, this is the tightest radius it will fly at. So I'm not even able to get it any closer to myself if I even wanted to. This is like the safest that Skydio will allow the drone to go. And by just looking at it, it's about maybe 12 to 15 feet away from me. I feel totally comfortable. I don't feel like it's gonna somehow hit me or anything like that. So what do you think? You impressed like I am? You know what, let's change the, let's go ahead and just do a standard like flight with it right in front of me or something. Okay, I'm gonna hit stop. Okay, now the drone just stops exactly where it was. And I'm gonna change it to track me from like a fixed position here. All right, selecting this. Now, it allows me to change the angle of the track. So if I want to, I can, for example, put it there, kind of like a clock here on the screen. You can choose what angle it's following you from. I'm gonna have it go from like the front left. Yeah, right there, looks good. Let's keep cruising. And as you can see, it already lost the angle. It didn't lose me, but somehow it lost the angle that I chose. I'm not exactly sure why, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go over here this time. You know, let's try to change the angle right now as I'm flying. Let's go this way. Oh, sounds like it got stuck. I think it got stuck. Oh, it's going up and over. It's trying to find me. It's trying to find me. Can it do it? It's over there in the trees. Oh, it got stuck. Can't follow, not enough room. Oh, what do I do now? Well, I'm not worried about it crashing at all, but it doesn't seem to, you know, it's right behind a big old bushy tree. There we go, now it just found its way out. Just found its way out. Okay, come back to me. Come back to Papa. Come back to Papa. Come back to Papa. Let's get it away from these houses. People are gonna think I'm trying to spy on them or something. All right, come back to me. There we go. There we go. All right, I had to change the radius again to get it closer to me. All right, let's go ahead and change the radius a little more. I'm gonna put it at the highest radius. This is the furthest away that it'll fly from me and still try to track me. I think it's on me. I think it's still on me. It's a little weird to have it that far away from me, but I think we're still good. I know it's behind some trees right now. I have to say, this is where I get a little wigged out because I can't quite hear it very much. I mean, I know it can follow me, but it's like, is it really gonna stay on me? See, I can't even hardly hear it at all right now. Oh, yeah, looking for Skydio. Oh, yeah, I lost range, I think. I gotta go back. I got stuck behind the tree. Okay, well, this is a learning experience. It definitely has its limits. Let me go back. It's just staying where it was. There we go, it found it. Okay, we're back. You know, I'm gonna bring in that radius again. I only have about 27% left on the battery. So I'm gonna bring it closer to me again and go ahead. Hey, yeah. I'm gonna bring it closer to me again and go ahead and start heading back towards the house in case I need to land it soon. 25% left, that's pretty good though. So yeah, it can get stuck, but getting stuck is not a big deal. You don't have to worry about it crashing, that's the main thing. If it gets stuck because you were flying in a dense area with a ton of trees, that's not a big deal. That's to be expected actually. Let me change the angle, see if I can get it in front of me again. There it comes. I wonder if I can make it around the block one more time. Here's a car, it's gonna have to go right over it. It definitely did. Would have sucked if it didn't. Hey! All right, one more quick lap around the block. This time I'm gonna try to go a little faster. Let's see how fast this thing goes. I do believe it can go 35 miles an hour, so that should be plenty in terms of what I can do on a bike. Hello. Hi. I've got some cool neighbors. It's a good thing, otherwise I'd probably already have the cops called on me. Just kidding. I don't know that people would call the cops on something this silly, would they? Well, yeah, in this day and age, they probably would. All right. Let's change the angle. See if I can get it in front of me again. Somehow the angle changes. Like even though on this little screen, I'm trying to get it to go in front of me or whatever. Half the time it's not in front of me. Hey, how you doing? But that's not a big deal. You just hit it again and keep going around to where you need it. And I do have it shooting in 120 frames a second, so let's watch this jump in slow-mo. Do 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 do. Watching out for that car again. No problem. All right, I think that's about it. We got 11% left on the battery. Maybe I'll do one more quick little loop around this cul-de-sac. I just want to see how long of a flight I get. I do believe it'll hit about 20 minutes. I've never actually looked to see how far or how long it flew these first couple flights. So this will be a good test. Real world test in the hood, on the bike, in the forest. During that golden hour. Oh, no battery now. It says land soon. Okay, let's get back to the house. Yeah, baby. is impressive though, man. This is really impressive. Avoiding that tree. Okay, I'm gonna land the drone and then we'll go. Oh, look at that, it got almost stuck in my front yard. Hey! It might be stuck in my front yard. Let's see what happens. Oh, hi! There's my daughter Delilah. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and land the drone now. It says it's got 3% left on the battery. Alright, let's land it. Alright, where shall we land it? Let's land it right over here. Alright, watch, it's just gonna land itself. I'm hitting this stop button. It's going down. It's actually looking down as it's trying to land, making sure it's safe. And we're good. How about that? What do you think, Delilah? Yeah. Awesome, huh? All right, guys, well, let me go ahead and get to the part where I talk about some of the stats on this thing. Okay, guys, let me wrap this up. This drone is awesome. Okay, I've flown it like 3 or 4 times now, and I can't crash it. It's gotten stuck, as you saw. It'll maybe get stuck behind a bunch of trees or something, or maybe it'll lose Wi-Fi signal, but it's not a big deal. In fact, it might have been a user error where I pushed the wrong button or something, but even if it gets stuck, it's not going to crash. This thing just won't crash. And all you have to do is go back to where it is and you'll be fine. But yeah, this is coming from somebody that flies drones all the time. I have many different kinds of drones, and this is a drone that I felt I needed to have because, again, it just does its thing and I don't even have to fly it. Sometimes that's the best option. You know, you want to go for a bike ride, you want to go for a boat ride, you want to go for a hike, any of those things, and you don't want to physically be trying to fly the drone and getting footage of yourself or your family at the same time. It's like, it's really awkward, and like your family isn't into it, and it's just like, it just kind of ruins the moment. So you just set this thing up and you take off and it just does its thing and you get good footage and you don't have to think at all about it. That is amazing. So if you guys are ever thinking about getting a drone, I can definitely tell you I highly recommend this one. It's very, very cool. And again, you can use it like a regular drone, like a standard drone. You can buy the controller that goes with it and it'll fly like a standard kind of a drone would. And let me just look up some stats here. And if you get the controller, you can fly it out 3.5 kilometers, which is quite far. But again, I only have the beacon because that's the only kind of flying I'm looking to do. I've got other drones that I can fly, you know, more of a standard way, so I didn't need it for that. But let me just give you some of the facts on this drone, some of the stats. The drone itself is $999. Okay, and if you want to get the beacon, it's an extra $179. If you want to get the controller, it's an extra $179. And you can get either or both. It comes with a case, it comes with a battery, and it comes with an extra set of props. Okay, so it does do 4K video at 60 frames a second. In that video, I did shoot at 120 frames a second, and it shows it's an HD. I'm not sure if that's 1080p or if that's 2.7K. I'm thinking it's 2.7, but I don't know. But either way, it does 120 frames a second, which is pretty cool. It does go up to 36 miles an hour, it says. That's when it's following you, so that's pretty quick. The battery time, it says it'll fly for 23 minutes. Probably more like 20, which is typical. And it says it's 50% quieter. I don't know what that's referring to. Personally, I kind of thought that it flies a little loud. It's a little on the loud side. I guess probably just because it's so close to me, you know, you hear it so loud. But it seems like they can maybe improve the props to make it a little quieter, but what do I know? Yeah, it's got a 3-axis gimbal, so that's why even though it's flying around and moving around real fast, the footage looks nice and smooth. And let's see, what else can I say about it? I'm just looking on their website here. But yeah, it shows on the website, don't be thrown off by this, but it says it has 45 megapixels. So that's not referring to the camera that, you know, records the footage. That's referring to all the cameras that are on it. It literally has 6 high-resolution cameras on the drone, 3 on the top, 3 on the bottom, and of course the forward-facing one. And so basically it's got, you know, 360-degree vision, and it's very, very good. It's very clean, very sharp imaging, and it can see everything, even the little scraggle, you know, branches in the trees, no problem. So from what I understand, they don't say it on their website, but basically it has a microprocessor in it that is basically the same thing as like what you would see in like a Tesla. You know, that's how it's able to compute and like decide if it wants to go up or down and all these different things. It's very fast at making decisions. So it's got, you know, anti-collision, kind of like a Tesla does, you know, autonomous flying and all that stuff. So that's kind of how and why it does what it does. And let's see here what it says. Yeah, it says it's a 256 NVIDIA processing core, fastest, most powerful, efficient, embedded AI computing device available, and 1.3 trillion operations a second. Skydio 2 is the flying supercomputer, and I tend to agree. It's pretty awesome. Okay guys, well, if you want to get one, again, it's not an affiliate link or anything, but I'll put a link in the description. And again, it's Skydio 2. Just go to skydio.com, skydio.com, and you can order one. These just came out. This drone, I got it on a like a pre-order probably almost like a year ago, and I just finally got mine. So this is basically a brand new drone that's coming out. It's hitting the market right now. There are some people that have gotten it, you know, maybe months ago, maybe even like 6 months ago, that were doing reviews of it, but those were like special people that, you know, that have like, you know, 10, 50,000 subscribers, and you know, they get stuff for free. But I actually bought it and I got it. So that is my real world review of the Skydio 2, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Get one, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Take it easy. Bye.